Okay guys, new headset time. Nice to add to my standalone collection. It's building up nicely. Um, I did make another video, but as it always happens, the video edit went wrong, and I'm just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and just show you what's going on here. So we have the new Pico Neo 3 Link. First impressions are it's incredibly light because there's no battery in the front, it's all in the rear here. So basically when you put it on, you've got hardly any weight on your face, plus you've got the battery sort of holding that weight off your face anyway, so super impressed with that. I'm not sure what the deal is with this strap, but it seems to work. It's sort of stretching contours to your head. It works. There's barely any need for it, to be honest, because this is so light. So as always with new headsets, especially the standalone stuff, like my Oculus Go before, I love sideloading. I love playing emulators on a big virtual screen, just seeing exactly what I can push in the headset. With the Quest 2, that sort of all went away because, for whatever reason, the Facebook version of Android doesn't really like sideloading applications. This, however, absolutely loves it. There is not a single thing that hasn't launched or worked that I've tried yet. So, big spoiler alert for later videos. Discord, that works, and you can put it in the background so you can carry on playing your normal VR gaming or do whatever you want while chatting to people on Discord. So big thumbs up for that one. As you can see by all the clutter anyway, I've been tinkering with just what I can get away with the feature set of the USB. So there's two USB-Cs on this. There's USB-C for normal charging and USB on the go. So that is what I'm trying, sort of all these different USB devices, literally even down to stupid things like HDMI out. I'm going to see what I can just do with this. But the main reason I bought this headset is to hopefully, if the software catches up, because that's the big catch with this headset, it's a beta release. So this will hopefully replace my CV1. It's certainly comfy enough to. And the main reason is because this headset now has a Displayport connection, unlike the Quest 2. So the Quest 2 is obviously stuck using Oculus Link, which just goes over a normal USB and gets compressed and adds latency. This doesn't. So this looks fantastic. But that said, Steam VR and generally even the UI in this at the minute needs work, because the actual lens profile has quite a lot of barrel distortion and the chromatic aberration. So I'm not going to do a full fair comparison between the Quest 2 yet, because it wouldn't make sense. Because as I said, the lenses on these are fantastic. There's no point me even going over like the Quest 2 I had. There's no defects in these lenses. They're great. They're absolutely fantastic. The one thing I do notice on mine though is down to my face shape. This eye box you get in the headset is massive, so you can fit glasses very easily. Nice cutout for glasses here as well. And because this pivots up, you can sort of just chuck it on your head and then rotate down. So you're not ever knocking your glasses off when you take the headset off your face. So the only problem I've got is, again, down to my face shape. I'm not that close to the lenses, so even with glasses, I don't even bother with the glasses spacer, because you wouldn't really be able to tell. But once you put this on, I'm not anywhere near the lenses. So the sweet spot seems small at the minute, but it's really not. If I absolutely crank this tight to the point where I'm as close as I'm ever going to get, it's fine. It's actually really good. But I wouldn't be able to give you a comparison of how they look, especially because the actual profile that you're looking at has got that distortion going on. And again, it'll all be fixed. It's all beta, so it's expected. But yeah, just covering basic what people are saying. I don't understand saying the Quest 2 knockoff. I'll show you exactly what's the knockoff on this. This is a Quest 2 faceplate. There's nothing the same about it. The lenses aren't the same. The profile isn't the same. Head strap isn't the same. Yeah, whatever. Leave those people to think what they will. But this is really nice design actually, because the lenses got the free IPD setup as Quest 2, which again isn't great. But they actually have like a soft rubber around the lenses here, which is like the CV1 did with cloth. So if you're like me and you've got a pretty big snoz, that it doesn't. Well, I'm nowhere near this at the minute. Like I said about the faceplate, stopping me getting close enough. But it's not hard plastic that you're going to butt up against, and especially if you wear this quite loose and you swing your head quite violently, if you do get any swing, it's not going to be a big old smack into plastic. So it's quite good. I like that. It's a nice design. And again, nothing like the Quest 2. So externally and from a distance, yes, it looks the same, but the dimensions are different. You've got external venting for the fan, and it does get hot. I will say that it gets hot, and again, that's down to tuning. It can tune fan profile, but it's not so much an issue when you're playing the games. But yeah, I mean, generally, the only thing that I've not found that works on this with my stupid tinkering is, ironically, just a mouse. Either by USB or a Bluetooth mouse. It just doesn't have the cursor in the actual headset. But everything else so far, just down to basically connecting an Xbox controller or USB capture cam, like I've shown in the other videos. Everything's working so far. So I've got a list going on that is working. Game streaming, working. Xbox, I've not got an Xbox, so I can't do Xbox cloud gaming, but the PS, PlayStation remote play, that's working. Steam Link's working. GeForce Now's working. Anything basically from Android seems to be just firing up. All my emulators are working, even the PS2, and it just works. You just pair a Bluetooth controller if it's an Xbox Bluetooth, which is somewhere. It's this one, losing track of it. Bluetooth one. I'm going to try that with the adapter. I'm literally just going to rule everything out, see exactly what it's going to do, because it's impressing me so much. That it's just, I said, I believe this could be the headset to replace my Oculus Go for sure, because it can do exactly the same things. Oculus Quest 2, I don't think it's going to replace it just yet, just because of the nature of the library that's on it, and actually this has some catching up to do with the software, which is fully expected, but it's not ready yet. So if you're looking at these sort of to hopefully replace a Quest 2, and you just don't like Facebook or whatever, catch-22. I'm not going to go into the old ownership and sort of region locking and all the rest of it, but I can't fault the headset. Like, the actual quality seems fine. Doesn't certainly feel cheap. And then just controllers as well. Again, they're pretty similar to a Quest, but they're actually longer, which means that when you're actually chucking stuff, especially in like Alex, where you just release the trigger, I'm not having to rely on literally holding the controller with my bottom two fingers like I would on the Quest, because I got quite big hands. So when I throw stuff, it feels better. Actually, my CV1, actually, when I compare it to this now, my CV1 even feels very cramped. So I'm quite happy with these. Quality's not as good. It's quite bendy. I don't think Gorilla Tag would survive this. But yeah, no capacitive touch. You have got their own Pico button and a programmable back button. The Pico button as well on the right controller. And if I double tap that, it starts recording in the headset. So that's super helpful. Yeah, it's well thought out. You've got more buttons on the headset. So again, you've got back buttons. You don't need your controllers necessarily to navigate around the menu. Again, it's not got hand tracking, but I didn't really need it. I don't really use it. Yeah, so it's just, as far as I can tell, like, usability wise, if you were to put that on and put a Quest 2 on, like, you can't not break the tracking. Like, the tracking's exactly the same as Quest 2. There's no one up on that one. It seems to return tracking easy. There's no weird occlusion stuff that's any different to the Quest 2. So yeah, I mean, I'm dead chuffed with it. It's just going through and seeing what I can get away with it. So I'm gonna do a few videos later on from the headset recording itself, just to show what apps can actually go on it. But I mean, this is unbelievably simple to sideload. So unlike a Quest, you don't need side quest, you don't need ABD, you don't need root, all the rest of that. You quite simply turn it on. You haven't even got to wait for the Guardian to do any setup or whatever. You can turn it on, just as long as you know it's booted. You plug in a cable, and it will just ping. If you set your thing to open as a folder, it just ping up on your screen. Drag APK files onto the headset. Doesn't really matter where it is, and then chuck your headset on. There's no clicking confirmation in the headset to get the USB to work. There's nothing like that. You just plug it in like a normal USB Android device. Get your files sent across, and then you're basically off to the races. You can go into the headset's file manager, which shows obviously the if you got like video, photos, all the rest. But also has like APKs, so you can just select the APK on there, click install like you would if you were putting it onto your phone, and it just works. It gives you it runs the APKs in the virtual screen, and you got different environments for that and different lighting conditions. You can resize the screen every which way. It works fantastic. So I said, being able to play PS2 games literally just from dragging a file onto the headset is amazing. I'm absolutely over the moon with that. I have no idea why Quest 2 locked that down. So all this clutter is basically my test situation. So until I find something that this can't do, I'm just going to keep going and going and going to ridiculous levels, just seeing what I can get away with. So anything that's got an Android driver, I believe, is just going to work. I'm just going to push the limits of this thing and see what I can get away with. So I'll do some more videos, like I said. I'll show the basic sort of install and process of running stuff in the background as well. Super simple, as you would expect. So yeah, this is looking extremely promising, and I can't wait for the updates. Basically, there's a few little issues, just visually comfort issues they need to address first, which is obviously just the lens profile and the distortion. Steam VR, like the link cable that you put in, I shouldn't call it link cable because it's not, but it's the actual Displayport cable you could put in. Could do with some fine tweaking on the software, but it'll get there. It'll get there. It's all beta. So yeah, everything I've tried comparing. I've tried sort of ruling out where I can use other stuff that I've already got. So before I finish this video, I will say that basically, again, CV1 profile, absolutely way different. You can probably use one of these Quest 2 silicon covers on these, but I really wouldn't. This is absolutely fine. So compared to my Oculus Go, the Oculus Go is really scratchy. This is actually really nice. In fact, if I take off the actual silicon cover on this Quest one, yeah, right. So this is more soft sponge, whereas this is like a really soft fabric, but it's not like a quite a wide stitch fabric. It's quite nice. There's no scratchiness to it. So compared to Quest 2, yeah. So you've got a soaky sponge or soaky fabric. So I will get one of these covers when they actually release, because it makes sense for hygiene. But yeah, everything else seems to be fine. I have found that basically, due to the way the Oculus Go lenses, if I just grab them, so these lenses will actually pop off. Just the covers. I've shown this in a previous video. So once I've popped these off, I could have took the faceplate off without that, but this faceplate just comes out, and this is a full sort of fabric faceplate, whereas obviously these are still using the plastic clip-on. And again, none of the other headsets, none of the Quest headsets or anything match up to this. But this could actually be fashioned as a sort of temporary measure. But it'd be nice to do a little comparison, because there are little soft rubber rings around these lenses. This will just push over. I'm not going to be able to do it one-handed. The only thing that's going to be off is the actual proximity checker, but the actual profile, once it actually fits down, isn't bad at all. It stay on there just by nature of how it wraps around the lenses, and I'll just be interested to see the profile difference. So I will tinker and try it, but yeah, from first impressions anyway. Obviously, this is just waffling on at the minute. First impressions, incredibly impressed. I said it's doing everything that I ask of it at the minute, and I ask it absolutely stupid things. So yeah, more videos to come of basically in headset recording, and just how awesome this is. There's a very cool effect you can do regarding the pass through and into your game. So I'll show that in the first video. Some people might think it's a security risk. It's not really. It's just if you're a content creator, it actually probably help you. So yeah, let's give this a go. Do some more videos and try figure out what I've already recorded and covered, and then recover it. Unfortunately, so it is going to be one of these camera in the hand sort of videos again, guys. Sorry, but yeah, I'm not gonna go into the full details of the weight distribution and stuff. I have got stuff I'm just going to put in a video just to get the details up there. But first impressions, like I said, is looking promising. But it is just down to the beta software. So yeah, I'll end the video here and then hopefully get some more uploaded.